LeBron had 31 points, including 13 straight in the third. Then he sat out the entire fourth quarter. Larry Nance Jr. was in the starting lineup for the injured Tristan Thompson and had career highs with 22 points and 15 rebounds. Ty Lue said Nance will stay in the starting lineup for now. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Welcome, Chris. Morning.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Have the Cavs fixed their issues?
No, I mean, they're going to be a work in progress for the rest of the regular season because even if, let's say, theoretically, they do fix their issues within the next 2 games, guess what? Kevin Love's coming back.
Right.
So it's going to be adjustments throughout the regular season, and I think they will still win the East, and as they're winning the East, get full, get whole, if you will. I like what I saw last night. I wish I could call them adjustments, but putting Larry Nance in the starting lineup, putting Rodney Hood in the starting lineup, those were just based on injuries. But I agree. Larry Nance should stay in the starting lineup. When Tristan gets back, bring him off the bench. When Love gets back, I'd have Love at the center, Nance at the 4, and LeBron at the 3. Because Nance, in addition to the energy, the athleticism, the activity, he's a scoring threat inside. You saw last night that when he got offensive rebounds, he could score. Or when LeBron or somebody drove and dished to Nance, he could finish. You don't do that with Tristan. No. Tristan's good at rebounding, but he gets it 4 feet from the basket, and he's looking to kick it out most times. And so Nance, I think, gives you some great energy in the starting lineup. I think Hood should be starting. And JR, I'm sorry, it's just too much up and down. You have no idea what you're getting from him, and most nights it's nothing. Last night, 0 points. 21 minutes, 0 points. How you do that in an NBA game as a legitimate starter? So I think he needs to be coming off the bench. I think his streak shooting is built for coming off the bench. Now you got a legitimate starter. And if you don't, I get if Ty Lue's like, I don't want to lose him mentally, all that. But guess what? If you keep playing him and he keeps performing this poorly or this inconsistently, it's gonna start to mess with Hood if he goes back to the bench. I think Clarkson, like the guys behind him, if they see you rewarding a guy that's not producing, that can't help but mess with your mind. The things I want to see from the Cavs that'll make me think they're headed in the right direction, offensively, I think it was good that there's a lot more cutting last night. I thought Nance was cutting to the basket. LeBron is doing great as far as driving to the lane, cutting to the basket. I just don't want them to be so three-point reliant where if we don't hit threes, we lose.
Well, that's what
they're too good for that, right? They got enough guys now that can score on their own where you don't have to just be 3-ball reliant. And then defense. There's no excuse for them to not be a solid defensive team now. And last night they were good. The night before against Denver, 54% shooting for the Nuggets. Two games earlier, Brooklyn shoots 54%. Like, they need to defense and more balance offensively as far as the 3-ball, cutting and slashing and things like that.
Go ahead, Skip.
So, even though the Detroit Pistons came in having lost 8 out of 10, and even though the Detroit Pistons have gone almost 2 months without winning a single road game, their last one was at Brooklyn, which is not all that impressive, and their only impressive road win, you have to go all the way back to December 15th at Indiana. Indiana's starting to catch a little fire now. Despite all that, I must say I was impressed because if you blow this game at home, after all the ones you've blown at home, the sky is going to fall last night, right? The arena roof is going to fall on LeBron's head, but more important, on Ty Lue's head. I thought he was edging onto the hot seat, like he was going to get in trouble because somebody's going to have to pay for this. So he's forced to make a lineup change because of injury. And all of a sudden, Larry Nance Jr. last night looked like Tristan Thompson used to look like. And I used to love
Did he ever look like that? You think he Tristan?
No, I mean, just on energy.
Just energy, grabbing the rebound and challenging people.
Everywhere. And it allowed them, finally, to win the boards. You know, they won the boards huge, like, what was it, 53 to 40. And all the energy points, he scored them. And he goes 22 and 15, both career highs. And yet, Magic Johnson deemed him expendable because Magic just thinks Julius Randle is a better Larry Nance Jr. Like, they're both about the same size. Julius is a little heftier, but he's actually lost a little weight lately. So Julius has more repertoire, more game than Larry Nance does. Larry Nance, once upon a time, was the 27th overall pick, so bottom of the first round out of Wyoming. And yet I've always said that he was a talented overachiever because he plays hard and plays the right way every night.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, LeBron is loving playing with him. And I was telling, let's see if I can find, here's my stats. I was telling Shannon this earlier. ESPN had a great stat that with Larry Nance on the floor, it's 127 minutes they played together. LeBron's plus minus is plus 153. And when he's not on the floor over this period, 203 minutes, LeBron's a minus 29. Well, that strongly suggests he loves playing with Larry Nance Jr. So I'm going to give you that was a score last night just to find that chemistry was really clicking at the highest level. But I'm with you. The mirage occurs. To me, I do not consider LeBron James a great three-point shooter, and he falls into the three-point trap too often. Last night, they were falling, and he made 5 of them, but his history shows, I've been doing this since like 2004 on TV talking about LeBron. Every time he has a 5 out of 7, it's followed by a 1 for 8 because he'll shoot too many, and he kind of falls back to his mean, to his norm. Yeah. And so I'm saying, look out below at Denver. He's already bet me a case of
He told me to tell you more to come.
Okay, more to come?
More to come.
Fine.
Stay tuned.
Okay, show me. Don't tell me, show me.
Watch Wednesday night.
You just bet a whole case of Diet Mountain Dew.
What, you got him hitting 5 more?
I got him beating the Nuggets on Wednesday.
Yeah, I gave him.
That'll be a good test.
I said he'll make, I'm going to bet him another case of Dew that he doesn't make 4 or more threes at Denver, but he won't take that bet.
Because we never, see, Bron doesn't go in and says, okay, this is what, he's not like a football team says, we're going to go in, we're going to run the rock. Or the New England Patriots, we're going to go in, we're going to throw the ball 30 times. Bron said, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So if y'all can't stop me from getting to the basket, they should be calling more fouls. Now, you saw Blake Griffin hit him upside his head on the layup, and he didn't get a call. Now, that's a flagrant 2 on James Harden.
Nah, I'm with you.
That's a
I'm
fake
with you on
flagrant 4.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that.
I'm with you on that one.
LeBron does what's necessary. And, he does so many other things, Skip, because he's in his bag. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he might need to get 15 assists. Sometimes he might need to get 15 rebounds. Sometimes he needs to score 57, ask the Wizards about that. So whatever we need, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes he needs to accidentally dribble it behind his back and between Tristan's legs. Accidentally.
I know he did that on purpose.
Yeah, he did not do it on purpose.
He should have claimed it. He should have said he did it on purpose.
No,
he should have said it because he could have said, look, I knew Tristan was there and I knew the only way to get by him.
But
I don't think he did it on purpose.
The mere fact
he could have
that
faked
he went
it.
behind his back to split the double team should ended up
nice.
itself be enough.
It was
but
nice.
he went behind his back.
All-time
he didn't.
classic.
He didn't do
He
that.
went behind his back, left to right.
Yeah.
Now most guys that shoot the ball right-handed feel more
dexterous. He's just as good with his left hand. He should shoot free throws left-handed. I think he'd be
He
better.
might.
I'm
He
serious.
might.
I'm serious.
He might just do that.
Yeah.
But don't worry about what he's going to do. I'm telling you what he's going to do on Wednesday night.
Okay. I'm
Watch
gonna
that
give
stat
you this.
line.
He should be a little fresher on Wednesday night because this was a rare time when he just said, you know what, Assistant Coach Lou, I think
Stop
I'm going to
saying that.
sit. That's what
Head
he
coach
said.
Lou.
He's not the head
Bron,
coach.
so
LeBron's the head
You
coach.
got Ty Lue on the hot seat.
I do. I had him until last night.
At some point, and I don't have him on the hot seat, but you are looking at like their defense. I'm just
That's
looking
what
at
the
it, and I'm
expertise.
like, yeah, like what? It's not the lack of athleticism. It's not a lack of energy. Is it the schemes, or you know what I mean? There's no reason it shouldn't be a good defensive team.
I got upset with Ty Lue against Philly because with 4 minutes you down, you're supposed to implore the hacker Simmons.
Yes.
And you let them get all the way down,
Well,
and you didn't.
I told you what happened with, 4 minutes left? Simmons got free down the lane, and LeBron just stood there and watched it.
He should
You
have
gotta
got
knock
free,
him down.
Because as soon as he gets
Knock
the
him
ball,
down.
no, as soon as he gets the ball, you foul him. That throws him off rhythm. That throws Embiid off rhythm. That throws J.J. Redick off rhythm. You just foul him, send him to the line, and we come back the other way because he's going
Go
to
wrap him up.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course, he's your client, so you can't really.
He's not a client. He's under the same.
Am I right?
Stop.
Huh?
He works
Clutch
for
Sports.
the same agent.
Not aptly named Clutch Sports. It's a little bit
You're
of a
a hater,
misnomer.
Skip.
I'm just telling
It
you.
is.
I'm on a roll.
The numbers show.
We got to keep
The
going.
numbers show he's been clutch.
Clutch.
Yeah, real clutch.
You
so
can get
what
the
I didn't
feel,
finish.
doesn't
I
look
love
just
last
the
night.
numbers.
He just said, you know what? I'm going to watch the fourth quarter. And what do you
Yeah,
say?
he
Wait a
always
second.
does that.
Is he not dating Miss, what do you call her?
Yeah, I sent him the counselor.
Triple
Chris.
dub?
So he was seeing too much of her. Because she's
see,
showing
Mark,
for every arena.
The triple double is just sitting on a silver platter against this woeful Detroit team, and all he needs to do is play about, I don't know what, 3 or 4 minutes.
No.
He needed 3 rebounds and 3 assists to get to another.
We don't play for
triple-double.
stats.
And then he could,
We're not a numbers guy.
He's about legacy statistics. He needs them.
LeBron told me he was not going to be a CPA because he's not a numbers guy.
Okay,
he
he's
just
a numbers
plays.
guy because the number he's chasing is 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs.
Well, we can't be
So you know
6-0,
who that
but what we are chasing is 6-5.
Well, you got a shot. Yeah.
Do you and LeBron talk after every game?
Sometime.
Chris, thanks for joining us.
Well, tell him I said hi.
No.
Saquon Barkley, the best player in the draft. We'll discuss that with Eric Dickerson next.